Hi, everybody. Thank you, first of all, to host me here, to host us here. I'm Federico Forni. I'm the founder of WingsProtocol. We started this project a lot of months ago. We had the first launch on November 24, but this project started in May last year. So, with all the procedures to build the company itself, to building the team, and building what was the concept out of it. My experience in crypto and business is pretty long, let's say. But my main skill set is running a company properly. The connection that I built in the time in the crypto space was very useful and still useful right now, and is the base actually for our project is create connection, networking, and offer to everybody possibilities and opportunities to enjoy, make profits, and be in cryptocurrency world in a full power. It's not easy to build a company which a trusted team, which is the main issue in the time, especially in BSC, but all around the world to build a proper company, you need to trust the people that are around you. And so I'm lucky that in the time I've been surrounded and I choose the right people to be around me. So one of these people is Phil, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi guys, and good evening also from my side. I'm happy to be here. We were really looking forward to the AMA at your channel. Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity. I want to make this short. I'm Phil, I'm 28, I'm from Austria, and in my everyday job, I work as in a HR company. I'm used to work with communities, I used to work with people. In my past, I was working for several non-profit organizations in Austria, and I just really love what I'm doing. Here in Wings, it's also my job to care for people, to support Federico as much as possible. Many of you guys will know what it takes from a founder to run a project, especially to run a project with a team this big and with so many developers and so many partners, that he's just not capable of doing everything, and everything that he can't do, I'm just doing. Federico and me are working pretty closely with each other. We have calls like every day, and we don't have this like only a week before launch. No, I joined the project back last year in October, and it's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to have a team like this working on an amazing project and also an amazing product. And I just can't wait for our launch. We will have our fair launch soon, and I think it will be the party that we're all looking forward. I want to give the word now to David. David is one of our major partners. I hope he's currently there since the camera is loading for me, and he will tell you guys a bit about
Oh no,
himself.
I'm here.
That's awesome. That's awesome. But he will also tell you about his company and what he is working on, and also what his experience in the scene is. Maybe just a few more words from my side. My experience in the scene is, well, I'm into main coins and like Bitcoin and stuff for quite some time now. But my experience in BSC is like 1.5 years now. I'm mainly focused on BSC, mainly working on projects, and I just love what you do, and I hope you feel the vibes. We are really hyped, and we just can't wait to finally start and present everything we have to the people. Thank you very much, and David, have fun.
Awesome. Thank you very much for the introduction. Also from my side, welcome to everyone, and thanks for attending the AMA session. Also for me, it's a pleasure to be here together with the entire Wings Protocol team. Maybe first of all, I also brought with me our COO. His name is Benedict Ritschel, also in this AMA, but he doesn't have a permission to talk after me and share his camera. Maybe someone could share
Yeah,
the access
definitely.
with him. Um,
Definitely. Please tell him to
awesome.
reach.
He,
Thank
he
you.
has his hands
Um,
raised, so I should find it later.
Okay, gonna get in now. Thank you for that. Sorry, go ahead.
Perfect. Awesome. Okay, sure. Yeah, about my person, my name is David Maximilian Güth. I'm 23 years old, originally born and raised in Germany, but I've relocated myself a few months ago to Zurich in Switzerland, where I'm now also living. In general, about my background, I'm a computer science engineer. I've worked for the largest IT service provider in Germany for around 3.5 years as a managing team leader of around 5 to 6 people. Managed an infrastructure of 40,000 clients together with them. And I'm already in the blockchain space since the end of 2016 and beginning of 2017. I've leading blockchain. In the beginning, it was just a platform on the Polkadot chain. Now it's a leading blockchain. In general, in the entire blockchain ecosystem. And as I said, I'm very happy to be here to share my experiences. In addition to that, we have also run several marketing campaigns, digital marketing campaigns. We have over 1,200 investors in our network, from venture capitals to angel investors. Also a lot of community related and investor groups we are working with, which are also providing their fullest commitment and engagement to Federico and the team and everything what he's doing. In addition to that, we are also currently working on multiple fronts. The team is working day and night very hard. So everyone in the team, for example, with CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, which are also close partners of mine, we are currently working on fast track listings to get there as soon as possible before the launch will start. In addition to that, we are also considering multiple fiat or in general payment provider options. I'm in close contact and currently in meetings with MoonPay, which are also close contact of mine and leading payment provider on different chains. Also in relation to Binance, of course. And I think it would be the best to also hand over the word to Benedict. He's the COO of Instancy, and I think then he could also introduce himself.
Yeah, hi guys. Can you see me, or can you just hear me?
I can hear you. I don't see you. I see you now, David. That was not visible before, though.
Okay. Yeah. But I have also enabled my camera. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, thank you, David, for the short introduction. So I would like to give you some information about me. So my name is Benedict. I'm the COO of Instancy. I'm 30 years old, and I've been working in digital marketing and performance marketing agencies since 13 years now in Switzerland and Germany. And during these years, I focused on creative digital concepts, and I've produced all the concepts with my team and myself as a designer and conceptor, and later also as a team leader together with my team. And to name a few brands, so we have produced many display campaigns and social campaigns and TV spots for international and national brands. For example, Coca-Cola, Omega, so the watch brand, Nivea, McDonald's, Porsche, or also the cinema company 20th Century Fox. And and since technology, I think, and design now belongs more together, I've also focused especially on development. So I'm also a web developer since the last 4 years. And I was also able to develop many websites for national and international clients that were also aligned with our digital campaigns, whether it's a social media campaign or a traditional display campaign with HTML5 or video, for example. And what appeals to us as an agency is for WingsProtocol is the whole team, which is very dedicated and extremely dedicated. And even through they have some challenges in the past, they have never given up and have always grown from these challenges. And this gives us also the confidence to come up with targeted and exciting and also creative marketing campaigns that are perfectly aligned with the development process. And I'm very glad to be here and explain a little bit more. But I think for now, I have this explained a lot.
Wow.
Thanks so much, Bennett.
Wow, guys. This is delicious. So we don't have only the team from WingsProtocol, we also have its partner marketing agency. like guys, everyone, like please make sure you all understand this, because first of all, having you guys all here, I can hear. Sorry to interrupt. I can
Yeah,
hear a bit.
Ben, mute your microphone.
Okay, yeah, there we go, there we go. So yeah, we don't have only the team; we also have its marketing agency. This is great, and this, by the way, show. I mean, not just this, but all of your introduction, all your background shows how much professional you guys are, and this is a massive, massive add value in the space. So my personal congrats to you all, because in this space you're still in the moment when we are, and we're still in the phase in which everything is a bit of a jungle, right? And so I'm very, very glad to see you all being extremely professional, and all having an extremely, extremely interesting background. Rab, you were about to say something. I cut you off, maybe.
Mm,
No, okay.
Actually, not. I was asking to Ben to mute his mic, but yeah, I'm
Okay.
glad that you like what we're doing, and as much as professionalism, how much we try to organize everything in our company in a professional
Definitely,
way as well. It's not just about
definitely.
being ourselves professional, but the organization is not that easy.
Yeah, and what I always say is that an idea is great, but without, you can have the best idea ever, but without some execution behind it, it's still gonna remain an idea. There's a difference between
Absolutely.
having a dream, an ideal, and a plan to make sure that you get there to the end result of it. So extremely happy to see this great approach. I'm thinking now maybe then it's the time for us to introduce Wings Protocol and the project itself, why you wanted to guys dig into this, why you wanted to launch it, what is it. I'm gonna leave the floor to you, and an introduction for Wings Protocol.
So yeah, the description and the goals are really let us even speaking for hours about that. I'm trying to just make a kind of recap of what we are right now. Our company is built for real to give opportunities to everybody, and as part of the potential that is inside cryptocurrency world and all the aspect of the trends and all the utilities that the people can use to just navigate and explore what is immense world that we're trying to build is made of. We're trying to bring everything to our user base, but with a sort of education during the process. So we're starting with staking and an exchange, which I will talk about it later a little bit more. Because it's very powerful, but thinking about educate people over passive income is very important. So we wanted to have delivered before a launch, which is already ready, so people will be able to stake launch their tokens with a pretty attractive API. We think about. Which is also sustainable in the time. A lot of projects try to have a very high API, which is not convenient for themselves, but for sure is attractive for the audience, which will dump as soon as they make enough income over that, enough revenue. But we try to be sustainable, so we hope that we choose the right numbers and percentage over that. So staking is one of our first features over passive income, but want to introduce to you all also our swap method that probably our mic is posting right now in the chat, and so the demonstration over that. Everybody try to pump their bag, shilling around, but it's around the time that you've been paid for do so. So as you see in the main exchanges that can be crypto.com and Binance as well, we introduced the proprietary way to have the referral commission over your invites. So you're gonna get 0.2% commission fee directly in BNB inside your wallet due to the volume that your invites create, which is pretty high, let's say. But not only that, thinking about the revenue that the company makes with the commission as well, which is an extra 0.3%. It is make 0.5% overall. That will be used to pay more marketing, to pay more developments, to pay salaries, which is very important for our team to be paid for that, not just have team tokens which they need to sell, which we don't want to do the best and do everything anyway. We prefer to pay salaries to people than have them allocated tokens they have to sell. So this is a side way. And after that, we moving along with one of our more strong features, which is the launchpad. Is working as Oxbow style, so with tiers, and it's very important that in our network is all connected each other. So Launchpad will work with the staking connected. So if you want to be part of the launches of our IDOs, which our companies and partners we provide essentially, and so more people will be interested in our user base to launch their projects. We're gonna have the sustainment of the whole ecosystem, so you have to use all the features also to enjoy the second ones, which is convenient for us and also educative for the community that in both ways they will receive passive income. We will not stop to it. We will go forward to the marketplace, which will touch NFTs trend that is very powerful. We choose to push it a little bit further because we have better utilities to present to the people. And more on, we're gonna go touching games inside our team. I'm not sure if he's today with us, but we have a game developer, which is also 3D artist. So we have already inside our core team people that are capable to do such a job, which is very difficult. But yeah, we're trying really to touch everything. We are going to develop also wallet in the time. We're now watching over the security reason over that because our version is both custodial and non-custodial. If somebody of you want to have more information, which are very much, I suggest you go through our white paper. But yeah, we're trying to build a very, very big company, which requires a lot of work for this. Our team is pretty massive at the moment. It's getting a lot of people more and more, not just in the core team, but the people that we hire, thinking about the developing company that is about 25 people overall, and the company of David that is about that as well. But yeah, to sustain the market, to sustain ourselves, we really need capable people. And so this is what we're doing right now. I hope that they touch all the topics and all the features that we're gonna have. But Phil, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, brother, I will never correct you. You did perfectly. I just want to add some things for the people to understand why we are doing things this way. For us as a company, it's really important to have many sources of income. We all know tokens that, for example, rely only on their fees to make the project happen, to have the funds to work with it. And we are really trying to find creative ways to make money, but not only relying on our token. The first approach to this was already presented by Federico with our referral swap, which is a pretty cool feature to have as a project because we get funds that we can work with. And a second, maybe smaller feature, but still something that I really like is that we are currently doing our own merchandise shop. We are trying to get the word out there. It's a really nice way of marketing, and I can't wait to get my hands on maybe a hat or a mug with our Wings logo on it to present to friends, family, maybe working colleagues. Just spread the word and get our name out there.
So yeah, we do a lot of things, and there's no stopping to try to find the people that have to sustain the amount of work that every day we add on our shoulders. We're really happy that in the time we work and we had a base to work and improve versions of things that we had in our hands. And I'm very proud also to present back to the market all our creation, and not just that. I'm pretty proud also to be copied around, but this is another topic. And yeah, let's say that we're ready for the market. We know that there are a lot of projects that try to do the same things, but the difference, because I'm sure that this question will come after all, I will answer you now. Yeah, the difference between us and the competition is just the network that we created in time, the trust that we build, and the possibilities that we reach it with our partners. I mean, a lot of people do launch pads which will never launch a project on top of that. So the question is why you did it. why you try to do things if you're not sustainable yourself? You don't know enough people to reach goals that you it's not even a promise. You're gonna have a launch, but it's not a problem to have a launch, but it's have it working. So the only way to sustain your own project is create a family, not just inside of your core team, but have relations, and public relations is like essential. And we think that bringing ourselves and expose ourselves and present ourselves in the way that we do, showing trust, commitment, and building connection in the time is the best way to get the people work with you. It's like network is not just about yourself. You make partnership with other projects because you need them, they need you. Is always a two-side table thing, but we really understand that over 1,000 projects that launch every day, just maybe one or two survive in a gap of 1 year, 2 years. So I'm not talking about short time because it's not for me. But let's talk about big numbers. So we have to be sustainable. We need to have a good network, and this is what we build it in the time. Being impatient is really something unproductive for the people to understand what requires to each project to create the network itself, not just the one that you produce, but the connection and the friendship and the collaboration that you're gonna do in time. And for this, I'm very very glad that we hired Instancy, which will provide, and they're working with a lot of people that are very valuable themselves. So they also have their vetting process, which we also will have an extra one for our launchpad, but I'm pretty sure that David and Ben can speak more what is requiring to get vetted. I mean, how much is important to interview the people before to start to work with them. So they did with us, but yeah, it's important to everybody. It's not a thing to trust random people, random project. Doesn't matter if he's your friend. I've been ragged by friend of mine just because they tried that they didn't know how to work properly, and it's better to go home with some 7 figures than just to work your ass out to make the things working properly. But it's choices. We choose to be legit, we choose to be committed, we choose to spend 24 hours 7 at least for my on my side to make this thing working. But I want to retire soon, guys. So this is my goal for a couple of years that are ahead of my mind. And yeah, we're gonna be big. So yeah, maybe Ben and David can really speak more about what is required for the vetting process. Also Phil have a lot of insight about that. So please, guys.
Yeah, so let me jump in for now because I don't see David currently. Guys, you have to understand there are several approaches to a launchpad. The launchpad will be one of the biggest features of our project, and we really made wise decisions regarding the launchpad. Our vetting process will be really, really strict. We don't have the launchpad ready yet, but we exactly know how our vetting process will be and what we want from projects that want to launch with us. Another aspect of our launchpad is that we want to give the project owner direct connection to our marketing services, so they have the best start they could possibly have. We will offer up our partnerships that we are currently building. We are reaching out to a lot of communities that we stay in touch. We treat people with respect the same way we want to be treated. And we will always focus on quality over quantity. We will never be pink sale pushing out projects one after another. That is nothing that we have because we care about our investors. And with the staking, the investors will have the possibility to be part of these launches. And we want our investors to make money. That's all we want. And that's all this project is focused on. So we're better off just taking one or maybe two projects at a time and not 7 projects a day. This is something you will never see on our platform because that's completely against what we stand for. But I want to reach the word to David because he can then tell us something more about the vetting.
Super. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks. Yeah, don't want to interrupt you. You want to add anything?
No. I'm glad to see that you are all like, extremely precise in presenting this. It's great. It's something very rare. So please go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, awesome. Yeah, also sorry for being interruptive. I just needed to reconnect because I lost the connection to Telegram. So as Phil already said, it's very important. Also, we as an agency know that we have worked or getting requests. Also, for example, if clients are applying to work with us as an agency, and it will be the same for the WingsProtocol project. If like a company or project will apply to launch on the platform, of course, a Launchpad or Federico, for example, could accept any project, but it will be shown, and the community will see, like through the values, through the quality, that it's not the key of success. Also from my perspective and the knowledge and experience which I've gained so far. So rather than that, it's more important to just have a less number of projects, being very selective. Because from my perspective, for example, if we are talking about meme projects, they shouldn't have any place in the blockchain scene. Because the problem is the people are just getting dissatisfied if the coin, for example, makes a 100x and then drops down, and you are like investing at a 90x and losing all of your money, and then you're directly saying, oh, okay, the blockchain environment is a scam, or you're not satisfied. And that is a little bit shady and gives also the projects which are very small but have a great base, like a development base, and they are really trying to solve and further develop and improve something like real world matters. They are stealing the kind of option from them to survive in the market. So from my perspective, that's also what I wanted to say with that point. For a Launchpad, the key of success or way to go should be to be selective, and that's why we've also discussed it internally, that there won't be like 3 listings per day on the Launchpad, but a minor number of that. And also KYCing the teams of the projects, like the same as you see here. We are all with video cameras. We are speaking fluently in front of you without a presentation. And that should be the case for like every project, because every founder and someone who's building a platform or product should be aligned with what they are doing and should be able to speak free about what they are trying to solve and what's their vision for their platform. So that's also very important key factor for the Launchpad, so that we are having KYCs. Then of course a KYC could be the way to go, but it's not enough. We need to check like the platform and the development of the project. So the team is already docs, but the platform could still be untrustful, or there could be bugs or problems while transacting or transferring money. So of course, an important key factor will be auditing, smart contract auditings, that we are checking that the platform is secure, and also securing our user base, because we as a platform, like a 360-degree platform as WingsProtocol is, it's important that we are also securing our users, because they are putting their money into the launches of the project. And it's very important for us also to have a close relationship with the community. And of course, I think that if there will be, for example, a launch which maybe goes wrong, because every team, there could be problems. It's normal, but it shouldn't be the case that you are directly getting into this with these attitudes. So of course, if we are launching 100 projects, there could be like 1 or 2 projects which are maybe not how we expected it, but then it's very important that we have this close trust to the community, as Federico has, to show them that we are doing the best through KYCs, auditings, and any matter to prove or to check that the project is legit and they are trying to do what they are also telling us in private discussions. In addition to that, also an option could be, of course, that we are verifying projects which are applying, for example, with the blue tick, to show the community, okay, it's a project approved by the WingsProtocol team. So there are multiple options what could be done. But the most important thing, of course, is, Phil, maybe you would like to add a few points. Sure.
Yeah, thank you very much for letting me jump in again. thank you very much for what you said, David, already. We have some cool key factors within our team that is has also to do with the vetting process. Like we guys already told you, we have quite a big team. We're currently 14 people in our core team within Wings, and you know that our partners do have even more people within their ranks. What I am really, really proud of is the expertise that we have within our core team. So we do have developers that can judge projects. We do have web designers that can tell us if that's a good website. We can look basically into every aspect of the project and make the best out of it for our community. And we will be not afraid to decline clients because it's you that we care of. And it's nice if we have long-term partnership with projects afterwards. But for the launch, it matters what our community is seeing, what our community's investment experience is.
Yeah, to
Thank
add
you.
something more about this is just not a gain from the investor in this case, but it's also gain from the project that come to your space, because when you have a solid community that the trust of the things that you offer to them, you don't have a bad reputation because the community need to sell as fast as possible because the project is not sustainable. So considering all the vetting process and all the things that we say till now is a two-side profit. So project will come with much more passion to us because they know that our community is valuable. This is what we want to offer in general, but not just about the launch, but that we getting along for quite a while time, thinking about all the network. We're trying to offer quality, really quality, not just the quantity, because we have also the quantity of the things that a lot of people are trying to do, but think about the way that we want to present them, fully focus on what the features of each utility has, so having a marketplace that is there just buying your own NFTs, the NFTs that the project have is not enough, it's not a real utility. I'm selling you some NFTs through my platform, and that end, I don't have listings, I don't have bidding, I don't have nothing that is interesting, like create your own art, so we give chance to people to mint their own art and sell through our space. So yeah, we have to be careful in the actions, but we really care about the quality of the things that we're bringing on. One more time, I really want to give a shout to our exchange, which is proprietary. The referral thing is not new, but most of the people do through staking. I've seen a couple of projects doing this way, but as exchange, we are the first. Probably will not be the last, as people likes to copy good things, but it is really important to get the people that understand what is passive income that come from multiple ways. This is what we also want to bring to our investors. And I think really the amount of friends that you have, the wealth that you know, and the amount of money that can they move inside swaps, and think about what is the volume that you can take from that. So you're gonna get paid for shield your bag, not just the shield your bag, shield the project, shield or both your bag. So instead to have just profit from the increasing of value of your tokens, we're gonna have revenue out of the work that you actually did, and you just share the project with your friends because say, hey, these guys are different. And so instead to just pump your bag and pump the bag of other people, you just pump yourself full on, So this is something that we really rely on, and think about what the influencer view out of this. Think about how much they will push it just to get the volume of all the people that follow them. So I'm presenting this early stage to you, and I hope that everybody see the potential over this. You see this thing just in very big exchanges as crypto.com and Binance, for example. So it's very valuable, but I also want to shout out to our router. So what means have your own router? Mean that you put the base for a future blockchain. A lot of people don't think about it, so they have to redeploy their swap. So we knew what is the process because we are organized. See, this is another point on our favor. So we know what is required to make a blockchain. So we knew we needed to have a router, our own. So every day. So we got that, and we will think about how to make the blockchain. I'm not thinking to do it now. I didn't say to nobody to start to do it, but I know I have to be ready for heavy evenience in the time. Another good feature about our contract is the swap liquidity, which is very useful to follow trends. I'm not saying that all the time I will switch all the BNB to BSD, but I'm pretty sure that facing trends over the market, which will be bull or bear in the time, will not be a problem for us because considering which will be the way we will switch directly in BSD or BNB and then enjoying both trends if this is the case. But yeah, guys, I'm very proud to be again here talking with communities of value, and I'm ready to answer your question if you have some, if we didn't say it already enough.
No, I mean, wow, this is a great introduction. It's more than an introduction. You have guys went through and tapped into a lot of points of Wings Protocol. I'm sure there is more because I'm literally now looking at the website and there is even much more I'd like to ask and discuss with you. In terms of all the, I also want to say 2 points that really impress me and really make me think and see how Wings stand apart. The first one being, you mentioned community building and building a community based on long-term vision. And it's impressive how most of the people say community, but look at you, like you have partnered with a marketing agency, which really allows you to target and to first of all to create that segment that you want, and then target it in the right way, and make sure that you really capture that segment. And the second thing that really impresses me is your strategic approach on focusing only on quality launches. And I believe this is something extremely important because it's eventually what will allow you to remain in the market despite all the trends, the up and downs, and really stay strong in the long term. um and then I want to just ask about something, because again, I'm on the website, guys. The website is pinned in the public group. Everyone who wanna look at it, I really recommend it. It's very well done. I can see also. By the way, something else you are doing, which makes me understand how you're gonna retain your customers, is by really creating an ecosystem within Wings, with the gaming, with the news, and much more than that. I can see also you have an app, right? And also, other than the app, what I believe there is something interesting is your referral program, right? So maybe you can also tap into these 2 points.
So I think the referral program I talked already, and so I'm proud of it. But yeah, the application is was already deployed on Android. We recently been approved on iOS, having the company registered officially in Thailand. iOS was pretty strict to have it done, but we finally have it. I asked it to deploy actually Sunday today. Probably tomorrow will be deployed, and so it requires probably 24 hours to have it on iOS as well. But yeah, we're very proud of it, and which this allow us to maybe get other payment providers, such can be Apple Pay or Google Pay as well. Having the application is much more easy as integration. But yeah, as David says, we're working on this side of the aspect of marketing strategy, and we're gonna update the community soon, which is our new choice of partner in this case. But yeah, the referral, I already talked about it. We're gonna touch a lot of things in the market just because we want to offer everybody his own choice, what they enjoy more in the cryptocurrency world. And you can find with us one way or another, and way you will find everything that you need. So it's really an aggregator of utilities, not just about our own, because a lot of people have the same ways, but we really rely on the fact that our partnership connection and networking is really important and pretty big. And so we're gonna rely on this for our user base.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that it's we really highlight it, because I believe personally it's an extremely important factor to grow the community organically. And I think, Phil, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I just wanted to add something because I'm not quite sure if everybody is on the is everybody if everybody is understanding what we're talking about with the swap. You will not only get rewarded if you buy our token, because that's a major difference with many referral systems. I saw it with a token just a few weeks ago. You get rewarded in their token. No, you are getting rewarded in BNB, and you're getting also rewarded if you swap other currencies than just our token. I think that's a really big factor.
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. It's very, very, very interesting to know this. It really attracts much more audience than with respect to, others, other launch pads that only focus on rewarding their own token, which in a way might also be kind of damaging for the token itself. So that's wow, super. And coming back to the building community, you are planning on retaining your community with quality launches, but I can also see here on the website that you are guys entering into the charity aspect too.
Yeah, we're trying to be kind with the world we're living in, So in the time and we live closely, I mean, our company is in Thailand, and the company that we choose to make some charity over the time was people that were close to us, and we also gonna give them some tokens amount which they're not even able to sell in the time, but we want to give them some part of allocation to be really big structure in the time. They will need years probably, but they're friends of us. We know them. We know where the money goes. So also the community are lifted from the thought that this money goes somewhere, and they don't know how they've been spent. So we know that these charters are good. And also second plan of our company, which is very important to understand, is also the way that this chart is made. So one of these two is plastic recycle company, which we're gonna fundraise as well. This will clean first of all a little bit the islands around us, but also produce objects which will be possible to buy on our merchandise page, and is also is good is initiative to promote, which is the cleaning of this world, and also taking what was a waste and make it usable again. It's very important for myself. I mean, I really care in the world I live in, and I thought that this was the best way to promote it. So yeah, I mean, also part of this company, I didn't forget about to say this, but being a fundraising those, we're gonna have revenue over this, and not just selling and give profit to the workers of this company, but the money of this recycling company are part of our network. So some of that revenue gonna go back to the liquidity of our project as well. So I mean, this is a back work that is just exposed to you, but this is how actually company works. They're always trying to find a way to make some profit and invest back on your own product. So you have to sustain yourself in the time, use the money that you make to increase, improve, because there is always space to be better. So yeah.
That's super important, I think. And it really shows how professional you are and how much you really are committed to adding value to the business environment and to the real environment, to the life of everyone. That's brilliant. And given this is a must question at this point, given the geopolitical situations that we are living in, are you planning on doing some charities eventually for, I don't know, the Ukraine situation or something like that?
I mean, I would like to stay in peace in general in my life. I don't want to even touch the word of war that is not positive on the point of view. We have to forget about the things bad that's happening around us, and just trying to create opportunities for the people that need sustainment. I don't want to take sides. I really don't want to take sides. There is not enough that we know about wars that is happening. We don't know enough of what deep society does. So I just try to live happy and free outside of the system. And this is why I'm inside cryptocurrency as well. I want that people understand how much they can be free outside of the system, outside bank system, outside the old system that is work created. So I hope that the people have the same feeling on myself, just trying to be aware of anything that the society is trying to do with our life and our work. We just try to improve everything that's around us, and so we're gonna just live a way better.
Yeah, but
So
that's
yeah,
it's
I don't want to say nothing about the war, actually,
no,
honestly.
definitely. It was a tricky question. I'm wondering. No, but it's already just so brilliant that you guys are thinking about, you know, it, charities. This is the first time that I hear about charity in a way. So that's brilliant to see this, and also in terms of the plastic as well. I was very much involved into these things when I was, studying a couple of many years ago and stuff like that. It's brilliant, really.
You're saying
My
that you hold right now? What you're saying that you hold? What is it? Many years, many years ago.
I'm slightly feeling old. The more day by
Uh,
day, I'm feeling more of it. But yeah, I see. There is something now. What I'm, you've given an incredible introduction about all the project and all what's your plans, and how you are trying to build it in the highest quality possible. My question now it's focused more in the short term, specifically just after the launch. I'm wondering what are your plans. It's not a secret that the post launch is the hardest period for a token. Many, there is you, however you want to put it, there is always fun, even if you have your whole team docs and your whole team professional and doing charities. No, there's always gonna be some fun. So how are you planning on dealing with that, and what's your marketing strategy as well, within the period just after the launch, to make sure that you really go through it and you really can aim for that long term that you're planning on achieving?
So I try to give a kind of basic but understandable question. Traction is the most important thing you have to keep with your community. It's not just about have utilities, but it's like keeping really the traction over that. It's not even about to be focused just on BSC marketing. You have to touch all the way for all the socials. So you have to do ADS as well for platforms which are not Bitcoin. People rely on basic standards, things that they see done by other people, but the things that you see mainly in BSC are not things that get the project to be sustainable. We have clear examples, so people that still believe that everything that everybody is doing is useful for the long term. They don't know what they're talking about, at my point of view. You really have to understand that the cryptocurrency world is not BSC. It is all together, So we start from here because this is our main network, but we have to touch all possible ways to interact with communities. So present, educate people, like go to talking with communities as well, and keep the traction in this own way. But the main traction that you want to have in a project with a launchpad, essentially, is getting to the people what they expect. So they expect to buy early stage or their successful projects. So keep the traction active. And if this is not enough, you survive yourself with the network that you build with time and with the partners that you did. And so the future listings, which our David will maybe give an insight of what we're working right now on, but it's really important to give visibility to yourself. And yeah, again, said you cannot stop to be a C and trying to make a pinned post in Telegram chat, which is even like weird to say. It's like it's cringe, It's like you cannot say, "Oh, my marketing is like a pin post everywhere." Like okay, and then it's like you have to really understand that the market is way more wide than what you see in this space. Sure, I will always be keen to speak with anybody. Every time we'll keep doing MIS because it's the best way to communicate with people, not just writing announcement time by time, but talking confident, knowing what you're talking about. Go to communities, make hear your voice. So you hear my voice, you know what I'm doing, I know how I'm doing currently, but let's talk David. He knows much better than me what he requires for a successful project to keep the traction, and so just about the volume of the listing and so on.
Absolutely. Thank you also very much for handing the word over. As Federico already said, for example, about the listing background, as I'm also listing partner directly myself for very big exchanges like tier 1 and tier 2 exchanges, just to name a few, for example, crypto.com, MEXC Global, Gate.io, KuCoin. We have many options to go with, a few leading, but of course, in the initial start, one leading exchange, which will also give us the stability, exactly as Federico said, through also marketing campaigns, which we can run through cross-marketing promotions together with the exchange, but also through the volume and also the user base, of course, which is also on the exchange. And will help the project in the long term also to survive, because the entrance point or the barriers which are there are way less than on other exchanges, for example, smaller ones. Of course, the project could also go as it's every time depending on like the listing costs, which are also dependent and related to the current market conditions. But we are currently in a very good stage also to go with a few bigger exchanges as the market is just recovering again from the small downside movement. But now we have very good options, and I'm very convinced that WingsProtocol, with the stability and also that it's already audited, will have the possibility to get on major and leading exchange, which will also help us to survive also even if the market is going down with the huge trading volumes and traction which these exchanges are bringing with themselves with them.
This is brilliant, Phil.
Yeah, thank you very much, GI. I don't think I have to tell you, but I think I have to tell this to a lot of people. Crypto is not Telegram and Twitter. It's part of crypto, and it's a nice tool to use for your initial marketing and to stay in touch with your community. But projects that only stay on Telegram, they die. If they are not creative in the way they do their marketing, they won't reach new customers. If they don't reach new customers, the project won't have the volume you have to sustain yourself on the market. That's why we are mainly focusing on not really leaving, but I think you get what I mean. We want to get out of Telegram. We don't want to reach the same groups over and over again. Like Federico said, we will always be here talking to you, but this is an update then. You know WingsProtocol, but so many people outside in this world don't know WingsProtocol, and many of them don't use Telegram and Twitter. And that's why we are searching for creative ways to get the word out there and not just focus on the things that everybody does. It's not hard to get a pinned post in a group. It's not hard to get a KuCoin ads running. But if you have a promotion campaign together with an exchange, you have a whole new ecosystem of people that you can get new customers in. And that's what we are focusing with WingsProtocol. Because again, we want to bring quality to you guys and not just quantity. It's not about being pinned in 200 groups. That won't make your project survive the next 5 years. But if you manage to get out to the world and reach the people that are not currently looking on charts 24/7, if you reach people that buy your project and know it is good and are just holding it and forgetting about it, that's the kind of investor you want to have. And that's the kind of investor we will attract for WingsProtocol.
That's super, super, super interesting. It's the first time I come across these thoughts, and I really, really appreciate them. David, you wanted to add something, I think.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just as Phil already said, and that brought one idea into my mind, which is of course already planned, but will help to get directly into these points he have mentioned. For example, the WingsProtocol team, and as you said, Telegram and Twitter are the most important funnels. Also, I can say that from the marketing side. But exactly having AMAs in the same communities will just give us the same traction we already had. So we need to get Federico and the entire Wings project onto the big stages, attending to the major conferences like the AIBC in Dubai, being in Malta, in Singapore, on any big conference to speak in front of like 5,000 or 10,000 or 15,000 people, because that will bring us more than just like listeners. That will bring us interested investors, new potential partners, connections to other projects, media coverage, a lot more connections to exchanges, to trading sites. So there's a lot to reach, and I just wanted to add that especially conferences in the modern stages of networking are really important to survive in the market. Because just imagine you have heard Federico speaking in front of a few thousand people one time, and then you're remembering that like a few months after on another conference. That will automatically bring these projects on the page of like the big players in the industry, because they are seeing constantly, okay, they are still on track, they are still hardworking, attending also to conferences, developing new functionalities, products, and they are still there in the space. Because just take a look at the coin market cap watch list from like 2 years ago or 5 years ago. You won't see more than 10 projects which are still there in the maybe top 50. They all changed just because nobody got this like long-term vision as Federico, for example, and me had or have to sustain in the market and to build something for the future, not just for a few weeks or months. That's just what I wanted to add.
That was perfect, because that was going to be my next question. I wanted to direct this question specifically to you, David, and I wanted to ask you what sort of channels you were planning on using then to bring the idea out.
Yeah.
You mentioned conferences, which is a great way to go about it, and also to really target those long-term investors, and more knowledgeable and more focused on the utility rather than just hoping that the price moons. Is there any other channels that you have in mind in particular, other than conferences, other than of course Telegram and the other? Is there, like, I don't know, Instagram, Twitter, whatever? Or what's the plan like in that regard?
Absolutely. There are many funnels. Of course, as you said, the conferences are one area. Then there's Telegram and Twitter, as I said, from my perspective and experience, the leading funnels in the blockchain space currently. But also Instagram is quite popular currently. It's still connected to Facebook, but if you're running, for example, through the campaign manager, Facebook ads, which are also directly influencing the Instagram community, which is really big. Just imagine all of the people which are like constantly on their phone and they're seeing a reel, for example, like compared to a GIF or a video on Instagram with the WingsProtocol trailer, and they are seeing directly the values added into their normal day-to-day work and work life. That's really important, because we are not only attracting, and I think that's also what Federico wants to achieve, not only to attract crypto-related users. Of course, it's the main priority, but if we can also attract the non-crypto users, because our platform is easy to use for everyone, that will bring us a lot more traction and these kind of user base, which most of the projects don't have. But it's just a few funnels to name. Of course, you can also run ad campaigns. We can also build up some tournaments, for example, at the later stage. We can partner up with, for example, artists for the NFT marketplace with projects, and they can maybe launch their art on our marketplace. But also, I just wanted to do a deep dive into that a little bit. For example, the NFTs, just to show people how I'm thinking, and I think Federico also, but most of the people don't do it in that way. If we are talking about NFTs, most of the people, I think everyone would agree, are just seeing art. Like 90% are seeing art. Okay, it's an art piece, I'm buying an art piece, and you're not losing your money because it can grow or go down in value. But I'm seeing more than that. I'm seeing real utilities from the real world, which can be transferred, like real estate, for example, and saved through NFTs, so that you are having, for example, a village which you are buying, and you can transfer the ownership because you are the owner. Why should we trust any government if it's not needed? We can transfer the ownership of our house in 1 second, and that's possible through the blockchain. And that's why I love this space. I'm also not truly believing any banks, because every centralized unity is a lack of lack of security and also communication. So I think that's the main focus, or should be the main focus of every project, to be decentralized and like, yeah, your own platform, your really own platform, and not being dependent on other parties. Yeah.
I like this a lot, to be fair, and I think that it's very well. Your idea of expanding outside the main channels and really getting out there um, also sits very well with the app that you have, which many people don't, many projects, many launchpads don't have, and having a mobile app really manages and facilitates that a lot. We are already that's so many things to say about the project, and it's just brilliant. We run out of time, of course. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna open the floor. I'm gonna open the questions from the public, because I've seen that there is already many interesting ones. The first, guys, raise your hand if you have some questions. Astro, I cannot see people raising hands somehow. I can only see if you can
I
see
got it. I
someone.
got it. I
Okay.
got it. Don't worry.
However,
We can go, if you don't mind, with Ciarif first. He has his hand up. He also wrote a nice question in the chat. So whenever you want, we can unmute him and he can ask his question.
okay, so that's great. Let me see, because I've seen a question that was super interesting, and so let me just quickly fit this question in for Federico. This one is for you, and then we'll open the if you can please open the mic to this person. But let me just read this question to you, Federico. So Thomas says, did you consider feedback? Do you consider community feedback or requests during the creation of your product in order to expand on fresh ideas of your project? Many projects fail because the target audience and clients are not understood. So I like to know who your ideal consumer is for your product, and whether you listen to their feedback.
Well, the answer is quite obvious. Sure, I'm keen to listen people, and especially have another perspective, because I see the things from my own. Our team sees also the things in their own ways. For this, we have team meetings, but it's very important to reach any kind of target. For sure, majority of feedbacks have a priority, and people with experience as well have their last word over things. So most of the times community, sometimes, not most of the times, they advise things that are not really doable. It's just dreaming to do things, but at the end of the day you have to realize that things that have been advised. So if it's just improvement or data or any kind of feedback that is really related to reach a different kind of target, for sure we want to reach all of them, and we should be stupid to don't listen to what the people say to us. I have a lot of friends that would like to see this, and they say, I don't even consider what you say is really not professional, first of all, second of all not respectful, and third of all not smart, because always you have to have interaction with clients, because this is what it is, not just investors and clients. So you offer your product to a user base which have to be satisfied. So yeah, for sure we're gonna go looking forward to listen what the people have to say to us, but with professional eye we're going to evaluate all the possibilities. Again, we have a very big luck to collaborate with a big professional in the space. They have a clear vision of what it requires to reach certain levels. So feedbacks from the perspective of the platform and the application itself are always welcome.
That was brilliant. I like a lot the idea of listening but still with a professional eye, and that really stands apart. So Astro, I don't know if you have muted the other person wanted to, because let's pick one from the text and one question from text and one text from the AMA.
Wonderful. Yeah, I just unmuted Siarif. Siarif, if you're here, you're free to ask your question.
Hello, sir.
Hey,
Hello, brother.
go ahead.
I,
Thanks for being here.
what are the benefit of holding your token as long-term investment? Can you tell us about the motivation and benefit for investor to keep your token in the long run? Thank you, sir.
It's very easy question to answer. Is just about thinking about what is the gap of profit you can make with a long term profit, not just about to be sustainable for 2 weeks and then die. It's just about what can happen in the gap time of 2 years, 5 years, and when you enter your position inside this project. So not thinking just about the passive income that you can do or not, or use our utilities as well. But when you have a network that is working in a project that know what is doing, your profit is pretty massive. Depends when you enter, what is your enter position. But the advantage to hold a good project is just because you make profit over that. I don't know how to answer differently. So yeah.
That's brilliant. That really answers the question, I think. Siraf, thank you for that.
Pretty simple though.
Okay, so let's go for the next question. Astro, you're here. You wanna?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Okay, let's let Ukraine talk. He's been raising his hands for a while, so you're free to speak.
Hi everyone. I hope you can hear me.
We can.
You answered almost everything. My question is about the launchpad. So in for taking part in the IDO, so you will have to hold a minimum number of tokens, right? You will have to hold or stake a minimum number of tokens, right? And there will be a tier system in most of the launch pads. So how are you guys planning to do it? That's one question. Another question is, will it be based? Will the projects be based on any particular blockchain, or will it be open to all the blockchains? I am
So
asking
yeah.
about the launchpad projects.
I will forward the criteria of the staking. And the second question is for you, Federico. You will find the details on the staking and the IDOs in the chat in 1 minute.
No, even 30 seconds. But yeah, this is how we're gonna soon post after that how the launchpad is working. So what are the tiers? What are the requirements? What are second features over that? So you have a clear overview of our platform is working to do the launchpad itself. Considering also that the market is pretty wide, we for sure will not limit ourselves on not just BSC. We want to just evaluate project and people that they have their own choice how to launch and where to launch, which chain they want to be in. So as for NFTs, we're gonna go looking for sure more on Ethereum network. For the other project, we have just to listen what the people are bringing to us, and then we will make our own decisions to accept them or not. But it should be stupid to limit yourself. There are so many possibilities that you should never limit yourself. So I hope to answer your question this way.
That was, I think, enough. It was more than enough, I think.
Yeah, I try to be like concise because I want to answer more answers, more questions.
Yeah.
So I try to write,
It's crazy. We have so many questions, which is a very, very good sign, guys. So well done. Astro, do you want to pick the next question? Because I'm kind of blocked on this chat.
100%. We actually have a lot of hands raised, so we're going to go with Victor this time. Victor, you're free to talk. Victor, I just muted you. You're free to ask your question. So he seems to be unmuting himself and unmuting again. Victor, we're gonna give you one last try.
Hello guys, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Hello. Okay. So my question is, does the project have any specific role to play on the blockchain, and what are the plans and the desires the team have to see that the project actually perform as expected?
Yes, Federico, I don't know if you heard that, but essentially he's asking what are the plans. I mean, I think we have already the plans to make the token go well, I assume. Victor,
Uh,
if this was a question, yeah, we kind of talked about that already.
Well, maybe something that we can add is that the launchpad is already in development and it should be ready within the first 2 weeks after the launch. Maybe it's 3 weeks, but it should be a reasonable amount of time until we release our next utility. And like I said before, the merchandise shop should be live also close to launch or maybe like a few days after launch.
That's a great add value. Super. Well, I have another question now, and I'd like to pick text question. So Astro, do you have a text question to point out,
Yes.
or yeah?
Yes. Hold on. I was picking some of the best questions that I found earlier. You can actually see them on our private chat. I forwarded
Yeah,
some.
I have one actually here. That's
Okay,
good.
wonderful.
Well, I'm so here they are asking, what is the most ambitious goal of your project? If you have to see in where is it that you want to ideally arrive, and your project is trying to and what is the ultimate vision that your project is trying to achieve within the cryptocurrencies market. And they would also, Ido, who is asking the question, would also appreciate if you could share some upcoming updates, if there are any, or I don't know if you want to keep things secret just to maintain them in a strategic way.
So, first of all, maybe ask again, Mike, if you can share again our swap, if because it's not live yet, but will be very soon in these few days. So yeah, maybe we can share that again to show just the people how the things are working and a clear demonstration how that powerful feature we have inside of our network is. But how I see myself recognized in the market. I'm not saying the top 10 because it's not really reachable in the not short time, but 1 2 years are not enough to reach there. But I want to be recognized that as a great platform which helps a lot of people. This is the only thing that I can think of right now. I'm not talking about numbers, so in terms of market cap, but my real goal is really create opportunities, not just for investors, but to people that have values and have ideas, and so help them to launch on the market and realize these things. I'm going to offer them the platform to do so. So yeah, I think this is the best answer I can give. Is like help a lot of people so far in the time and be recognized as very trustful, legit platform that not just help projects but also people in general.
That is super. Thank you for that, Fede. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, brother.
And is there any other text question interesting? Maybe let's just pick one, maximum two, and then we'll go for the closing remarks. Okay, I'm gonna pick one. So let's see. Or the team maybe wants to pick one. This is something we actually never do.
I'm not have a view on the chat, but Phil, you can go through it if you want.
Or I mean, because there is another one which is asking if you could expand a bit more on the DAO and the game mechanics also of your platform. It seems that gaming itself it's a really big chunk of market.
Actually, I see a good question, the last one.
Yeah.
Many NFTs platforms such as OpenSea allow anyone to download images, print them on NFTs, or sell them by themselves. Wouldn't this lead to the evaluation of NFT technology in future? How will Wings play out at this point? How can Wings be great role model projection NFTs?
That's
So
good.
we cannot stop people to print screen their own the screen they have in their laptop or phone. You know, is we cannot don't make a screenshot not allowed on the platform, which actually can be done in some way, but in technology world there is always a way behind it. You know, I can make a stop with some IP connection that don't allow you to make a screenshot over the platform itself. We can explore that. We cannot not allow to make screenshot on ours, but for sure in a way or another they will be able to see any image they want and pre-screened over that. I think that the evaluation of NFTs is not really possible. People that are smart enough understand what is the real piece of NFT and a fake copy one can be the recognized symbol, can be anything related to the blockchain itself. So you read codes most than that. But I see your point. I don't know yet what I can do to prevent this issue that is happening inside NFTs world in our platform. But thank you for expose that one more time. Not we were not aware of this problem, but maybe it's really needed something extra. So maybe this can be also a value that the people were looking for in our platform. So the ones that discover the way to protect NFTs world. So we will try to do our best to satisfy the clients to still believe in NFTs world. I hope that I answered that as well. But it was a nice question so far.
That's super. I have one other question, and I'm afraid this is gonna be cautious of time. This is gonna be the last one, also because I'd like you guys to have, your final remarks.
All right.
So Jenny is asking. Sorry, what was that? Okay, Jenny is asking. Cryptocurrencies are not so popular in Southeast Asia market. Some countries like Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia. Do you have plan to reach these potential crypto countries?
Uh,
Sorry.
I don't think that they're not pushing in the market. I mean, I for my own knowledge, I know that the South Asian market is really bullish on cryptocurrency, and for sure will be one of our major goals to touch the whole market of it. But I don't know why it says that it's not still full inside the cryptocurrency, because I know I live in Thailand, so I know how people lives in there, and how the people speak about cryptocurrency, and they see this world as really exit way, you know, especially Philippines, and yeah, Philippines are very strong over that. Maybe Vietnam, you're right, is not still expressed fully, but yeah, Indonesia and Philippines for sure are very strong communities in crypto, and so as Thailand, so as China, so as Japan as well. Maybe Japan a little bit less, but yeah, still very good. For sure, we're gonna touch all the kind of market as the beginning said. We will not stop for sure in BSC, which is anyway allocated some portion of Asian market itself, but targeted yes, and geolocalization are very powerful method of marketing, which we will adopt.
Jenny, I think that doesn't only answer your question, it also fixes it. So thank you, Federico, for this. Well, if you can't see any big question that really, catches your eyes, what I would say, if you do, please go ahead and answer it yourself if you see one in text. Otherwise, what I would ask you to do now is to say your closing final remarks, just if you can really, if you have something that you really want to make sure that it's not missed. And also on top of that, if you can also let everyone here know when they should connect on when the launch is, and when we should connect with your Telegram to follow the launch and invest in it.
So, as funny remarks is always to say thank you very much to people for their time spent to listen us. Final remark, I hope that I didn't miss nothing of what I've been needed to say, but if I miss something and you want to know more about this huge project, you can find us in the chat through our links. You can find the white paper, light paper for any kind of view you want over that, a very specific one, detail, or a kind of a general one. Our launch should be 8 March. I don't see any obstacle to have it live in this date. It should be 6 p.m. UTC so far. This is what our advisors said, just because there are not other major launches in that time and we don't cross with other people. But the 8th launch should be the definitive one. I don't see any obstacles against it. And I want to thank everybody, especially the team that's been part of this AMA, and let them say thank you as well. But we concluded. So, yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Guys, really impressive work. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your kind availability. I think you did mention everything, if not everything, most of the things for sure, and the main things and the things that the investor would like to know. So you are launching on the 8th, you said, correct? That's beautiful. We will make sure that the channel is posted in our public group so that everyone can access to it and follow the latest updates within your community. And yeah, I mean, that was great. Thank you so much. I don't know who is in the chat of SiG Core, if you guys want to add something and thank them. Astro.
Yes, I just wanted to say that we're really thankful to have you here, guys. I think everyone could get a grasp of how professional the team is. Just a simple fact. It's the little things for me. It's the little things, but they add up, and they are what shows how solid a team is. Just like coming here, turning the cameras on, being able to talk with the community and be diligent. That is something that I appreciate a lot from teams, and it's rare to see. We don't get to see that often. So thanks a lot to the team for being here. And G, I'm just gonna leave the floor to you.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's great points. I mean, we have everything with Wings. We have great implementation, great execution, highly strategic utilities provided, based team. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Fede. Thank you, David. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, everyone from the team. We're really looking forward to monitor how everything is gonna succeed and everything else is gonna work. It's gonna be great, really. Super happy, and yeah, thank you for joining, everyone.
Thank you. See you soon, guys. Whenever you need help or you want to ask questions, you find us in our mail.
Thanks for your time, everyone. It was a pleasure to speak in front of all of you.
Yes, exactly. Thank you very much for your time.